Yes, yes, contractual obligations have forced us to come once again. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, boys and girls. How are we all doing today? Yes, exactly. So we are today. Um, today we'll have what, about half an hour to 45 minutes. As is, you know, I was just thinking earlier yesterday when work got so heavy that we didn't even broadcast that. It was originally just a quirk of um just a quirk of one quick second. Microphone volume seems to have been changed. I was saying just a quirk of the time that I managed just to stream for an hour, and that somehow became the norm. And then there was this push for more than an hour at a time, and it's just, what are you guys doing? Don't you guys have work to do? No, I swear to God, you guys must have work to do, right? You can't all be bored at all the time. That's just weird. And also, good afternoon, Quitch. How are you today? Well, regardless, so the point I'm laboriously trying to get to is that we are going to slowly try to roll back the amount of time that we do stream, um, to the contractually agreed upon 30 minutes to 45 minutes. If you guys want more than that, we'll have to raise the club fees to make up for that, right? Because obviously, like, there is, like, when you guys signed the NDA to join and the contract associated to join, the point was very clear that the broadcasts themselves were to be 6 days a week, 6 to 7 days a week, or 5 to 7 days a week over a month-long period, and 30 minutes to 45 minutes per broadcast. But that's obviously not happening, right? Because for the past, I don't know, however many months, we've been doing an hour. So, like, you guys have been getting a lot of free time. And remember, a lot of you guys don't even allow 15-minute consultations because your time is so precious. Why am I simply giving away 15 minutes to so many of you every day? Right? That's just not fair. Well, I mean, if you think my services are cheap, you're very well welcome to donate further to the cause. Ooh, let me just turn off that volume. Why are you on? One quick second. Oh, weird. Okay. It should be good now. Yes. What was I saying? Oh, right. Why are you getting 15 minutes for free every day? Well, so yes, you're right. Surprise and delight, absolutely. That's how the service industry works. But the surprise and delight was technically the 45-minute point, right? Like, at some point, you cannot go to, like, say for example, if you go to Starbucks and they get your coffee wrong. You got a medium. You got, sorry, not a medium. You got a quote unquote grande latte. They got it wrong, and so they make it again for you. And in that case, they turn it into a venti, quote unquote venti, a large, and they don't simply give you another 16-ounce drink on top of that. Well, no, technically they do. But the cost of a coffee is technically different than from the cost of a well, 15 minutes of my time, right? Obviously. But also, in the grand scheme of things, the cost of a coffee is so much smaller for a company that makes so much coffee every day, compared to 15 minutes of my time, of which every day I only have 96 chunks, right? Well, I mean, the preamble is part of the broadcast. We're supposed to have a preamble. We talk. We have a little chat. We talk. We talk about our days. You know, I ask how you're doing. Contractually obligated. Ask how you're doing, and then and then you guys tell me that you're doing terribly, and then I go, oh, that's too bad. I'm so sorry to hear that. And then like we continue. How do I know it's 96 chunks of 15 minutes? Come on, guys. That's silly. How many of you have asked that question? Well, okay. I can explain it. There are 24 hours in a day, and there are 4 15-hour chunks in an hour, right? So therefore, 4 times 24 is 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 4 is 16. 80 plus 16 is 96. Done. Mental math. Also, that's barely mental math, man. 4 times, if you can't do 4 times 4 in your head, if it's not muscle memory for you to remember that 4 times 4 is 16, you shouldn't be working in banking. You shouldn't be working as an analyst. You just shouldn't, man. Well, it's a sense of scale, right? And anyway, that's all besides the point. Something else we do have to talk about. Yes, we have to we'll welcome her back tomorrow because her first day is, strictly speaking, tomorrow. Yes, our old administrator is returning as, well, she's returning to her job as my secretary, executive assistant. Well, whatever, doesn't matter. Assistant. And then she's also coming back not as the administrator but as community manager, and our current administrator will continue her position as administrator and community manager because you lot are being really, really rude. And so, like, it turns out that just having one community manager is no longer enough. Well, yeah, exactly. Right? Like the sheer amount of crap that you guys get up to. How many? We're up to 500 people now, right? Did we already let the latest batch in? Yes. Yeah, so that's 500. Can you imagine a classroom of 500 people? That's literally an auditorium's worth. Right? Like it would be like now instead of being in an intimate classroom setting, what we're doing is actually you lot are sitting in an auditorium and I'm sitting at the top, or I'm standing at the top giving a lecture. Yes, we'll welcome back. We'll welcome her back properly tomorrow once she actually joins in, and yeah. What else do we have to talk about? No, I think that's it. Yeah, so from now on, most streams will be 30 minutes to 45 minutes. If we want to go further than that, and if there's sustained demand to go further than that, and if there is, and if you put your if you put your money where your mouth is, then we will consider sort of going back to the 1 hour, 1 hour and a half type thing. But that's that's a lot of time, man. I don't have that much time in a day. Well, no, I do blame you. I do blame all of you. Yeah, all of you. Excuse me. It's just, you know what? We'll just move on. Okay, let's move on. Moving on. So today we are. I am a little bit tired from a lot of the crap from yesterday. So today will be a rather quieter stream where all we're doing is going to be playing a little bit of Go, having a little bit of a talk, that kind of good stuff, right? Any questions before we start? I shouldn't be drinking water when I read chat in the future. Um, yes. The question was, will we still be playing video games? Yes. The functionally the structure of the stream doesn't change. Um, we still have those corporations. Actually, I don't even want to like the corporate structure is just weird. Every time I log on to the Discord and I check the Discord server, you know how we have that channel group of corporations. Every time the corporation list is different. What are you guys doing? You guys are running our poor administrator ragged. You know that, right? Like, there's talk about the U.S. trading day being too long. Perhaps we should shorten our trading, quote unquote, trading day as well. Like, you're only allowed to do deals and to update our administrator on deals, for example, for in like a 30-hour block, right? Because she told me yesterday that there was someone that wanted to speak to her at 2 a.m. in the morning. Guys, not cool. Okay. Let the poor thing sleep. Well, I mean, she was sweet enough to oblige you, so she definitely needed to tell me. It's not that she complained; it's that this is outside of the purview. I had to actually tell her that it's okay to talk to you if she wants to, right? Like, no, just poor thing. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are privileged. Of course, you guys are privileged. You guys are the most privileged class. You guys aren't even strictly middle class, right? You know that. Because right now in America, like, middle class is much lower than where you guys are. Middle class is like, well, at least in terms of the numerical middle class, right? It is much lower than where you guys are at. Yeah, so you know. The privileged few, that's right. Okay, well, let's get started for today, shall we? I wish I knew what I was doing. No, it's easy. Like, it's right in front of our faces. We're playing a little bit of Go. We're talking a little bit. Actually, I don't know what we're talking about, but essentially, what I'm doing for this bit is I'm going to we're running the AI on very short time span. We're running the AI on 5 seconds. And so that means it should be a rather speedy game, and I'm also going to try to limit myself to 5 seconds. In fact, I have a clock in front of me. I have a chess clock. I use the chess clock for a lot of things, but like in this particular. Yes. Of course, yeah. Some of you know. So for the rest of you who don't know, I use the chess. Oh, sorry about that. I use the chess clock to time the meetings. So when some of you come to meet me, well, for the job that I'm actually getting paid for, we tend to have these, like 15 minutes spend on one topic, and then 15. We essentially move through topics at 15-minute intervals, right? So I'm using the same chess clock for that. I don't know what you're talking about, man. No idea what you're talking about. Okay. Can we get started? Can I get started? Come on. We've been at this for basically 14 minutes. I mean, we could do this in 15-minute chunks if that's what you desire. Yes, it's because rich people have short attention spans. That's basically it. Yes. Okay. Anyway, let's get it started, right? So 15 minutes starting now. We're playing Go again. Of course, we've talked about this game quite a few times in the past now. Essentially, it is a game. Oh wait, why am I white? I shouldn't be white. A good move. Oh wow. Okay, thank you. need my mouse for this. No, I'm okay. And then this is set as white player. Generate move. There we go. Okay, so now we're starting. 5 seconds. Ideally, 5 seconds. There we go. What? Excuse me? Okay, doesn't matter. I'm going to play a move now. Let's see what. Okay, we're good. Back to normal. All good. 5 second games, yes. Well, the idea of a fast game like this is really to build instinct and reaction time, right? And so it's a little bit more difficult to do that, or it takes longer, or not longer. It is you certainly can and should do that in longer games, but sometimes shorter games also sort of they focus your mind on the problem at hand, right? So for example, in this case, I could spend 5 seconds thinking about this, or I could spend 5 hours thinking about this particular position because I can consider sort of all of the big things over here. And so, excuse me, when we are forced to consider this position in 5 seconds, sorry, yes, I should have considered it in 5 seconds. It forces the brain to work at a slightly faster pace, right? So essentially what we have done is I am attempting to undermine this particular corner while still improving my chances on this end. So if I do something like this, then this side is safe, and if white plays a defensive move, my next move could be to come down here to essentially start attacking this particular corner, right? So it all depends on lots of interesting and intricate matters. The AI certainly thinks it's winning, which I don't doubt the AI thinks it's winning. Oh yeah, the AI. Let's do this. So the next attack will probably be here, right? And then that'll attack a move stone 23. So the idea is, can we now use these stones, right? Because if this stone weren't here, then we certainly wouldn't have played along this particular position, right? In essence, what happened is that white has created a little bit of room for itself down here and has escaped to the northeast to try to apply pressure from the center leftwards or westwards. So 27, 28, move 28 both applies pressure westwards. Sorry, yes, you're right. I need to make a move. Move 28 both applies pressure westwards, but also cuts off move 25, and prepares for 30, and then presumably 32 can do something like that. Ooh, or that. So what if, and this is the whole point of having a position like this, what if we had gone here? Because then this is definitely a safe area. 30 would do that. And so you can see the same type of idea. Essentially, white is using this line, building up this line, forcing me to the west, and creating this space for itself. So obviously we don't want to let it do that. So what if we did this? It would indeed play a 3-3. Of course it would play a 3-3. But now our calculations have changed, right? Because we have moved 31, suddenly this is very beautiful. This is very beautiful. So remember, in the past I had talked about Go being a game of compromise, right? So in this case, what if we were to compromise by offering white this area while we take this, right? Like, well, I mean, obviously, we're not going to end up taking all of this or all of this because there's enough white here that any attack in this area could it'll diminish my territory. But the idea is using 31 and 3. If white were to attack too deep, even if I don't kill, I would remove the ability for white to generate territory in this area. So we will say offer this to white. So 36, and then I'll do something, or they'll do that. And we'll do this. Right, and so essentially by how greedy do we want to be? Because I could do that. And then do this. So if I had played 39 here, that would have forced white to fight this area much harder. But we had talked about compromising earlier, right? And the idea is, oh, look at that. And the idea is by having this kind of compromise, I'm saying I don't want to fight you here. You can go ahead and have this area, but instead I will generate some territory for myself, or generate a positive position for myself here. So white 44, obviously. If I were to 1, 2, 3, 4, this would be a that wouldn't be necessarily a difficult fight. But I will do this instead. And the idea of this move is to say, again, a compromise, right? Like, come attack me on this end. Come attack me on this end. Like, if white had chosen to go up here, then I would have comfortably created some territory in the northwest, and then that would have been it. White did not, so well, yes, exactly. So the idea is I'm choosing between whether I want to give up some of my territory in here for something over here, right? And right now I'm inclined to say no. And so I would do that. That's a very slow move, by the way. Actually, that's probably the wrong move too, now that I think about it. Ugh. Let's see. So if we go back here. No, not there. Come on. There we go. If we had done this. They still would have, yeah. So essentially the idea is giving up some of the territory here to trade for some peace, right? Yes, that, and I realize that sounds, oh wow, okay, well somebody's greedy as hell. Presumably playing here can, yeah, exactly, can save all of that. Ooh, that's dangerous. So what if on this move I had played that? That'd be interesting, right? It would still be that, and it would be essentially a fight into this position, I believe. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, so we definitely don't want that. This is, well, I mean, I never claimed to be no. I never claimed to be more than a novice anyway, right? Or actually, no, I did. I did claim to be a little bit more than. I mean, okay, not novice, in enthusiastic intermediate. Let's put it that way. And of course, with the rank inflations, I certainly I wouldn't expect myself to be today to be anything more than some like high K level player. 56. Oh, 56 is all the way in there. That's a fight, isn't it? Well, the idea is, what if I give up that corner, right? What if we just continue to do this? And what if we did this? Let's see. I'm gonna do that. I wonder if that'll actually, yeah, that'll do that. And so this has become a slight battle, because if one of us wins this, oh, okay. I'm okay with this. No, wrong one. Ah. Yeah, we should have gone where 68 is. Let me just try that. Advanced checkers, yes, that's you can think of it not as advanced checkers though. Think of it as hyper advanced chess. So here, oh right, my 5 seconds are almost up. Let me do that. So yes, so you see with move 69, essentially what happened is this connection between these two stones is starting to materialize, and if this connection happens, then obviously this position in the north is just going to disappear, and so white does that to protect that position. But I think what we want to do is this. That's okay. You can have essentially what I'm saying is you can have those 3 stones, and white can have that. But my hello. Huh, that's annoying. So obviously, if I take 72 by playing into this position, you can see that you know, this stone. Actually, we'll just play it. We'll come back. This stone, but now these 4 stones only have 1 breath left, and so white can play into that to take it all. So that's why we can't do that. Something I had completely forgotten to consider. That's such a terrible, terrible position. Doesn't it just look really ugly? Yeah. Oh, what happened? Thinking at most, playouts. Oh, it made 76, yes, okay. So 76 is down there, and the point is, of course, to attack and to disrupt. Remember, we said the combination of 3 and 31 meant that a white couldn't attack deep into this position, because I could just attack it from the rear. And so this is something that's completely doable, right? So the idea is to take those 2 stones, or to make as much trouble down here as possible. Our response will be that. And we are essentially, well, I am kind of saying that you can, if you fight and you win and you want this, you can have that, because then we have this, right? White thinks it's winning. Well, winning-ish. So let's do this. Two. 83. Yes, thank you for reminding me. We are at the half-hour mark. Just for today, I think we'll go to 45 minutes. Oh, because we gotta ease them into it, right? Let's see. So at the end of this, white thinks it has a chance of winning of 1.47% if it played there, which makes a lot of sense. How many moves was this? 85 moves. Yes. So I think it's hard coded in the engine to give up after 85 moves, 86 moves. Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of obvious why, right? Because even now, it thinks its win percentage, its win chance is 1.4%. So yeah, obviously. But given that white started how all the way at the top, I don't remember how much they started. White started at point. Oh no, not that. 0.47.5% chance. So it has certainly fought back a lot better, right? Yeah. I mean, we probably would have still won this because this is gigantic. This is gigantic. White's not getting much over here. It's probably gonna get something over here. So it's let's take a look at the analysis. Show win rate. Am I seeing a heat map? Let me do a 15-second engine and set as analyzer. There we go. So this is a slightly more powerful engine because it's thinking for 15 seconds per move as opposed to the 5. Actually, I don't think it matters that much. Regardless, what was I going to say? It thinks white should play here. Wait, what? No. Oh. There's no 86, is there? But the engine thinks that the next move is still. Score lead. I like how the score lead here is 3,000. I mean, yes, no, I did say that white wouldn't play into that area, not because. Okay. Let me try to explain. So, remember when we talked about Go and the idea of it being to generate territory, right? Essentially, what you're looking there is white attacking in not to generate its own territory but to take away mine, and that's perfectly reasonable and perfectly fair. It's just that white wouldn't find any territory in this area anymore because of how many black stones there are, right? So say for example if we did this, let's see what would happen. Ooh, look, wow. I wonder if it'll still think the same if we try again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And keep in mind, okay, I can't move my mouse from this, but if you look at the block of stones around 8, that looks like it's dead, but it's very much alive. For the same reason why. Well, I mean, can you see why it's alive? Yes, exactly. And so the answer is actually that. Let me just heat map. Don't show. For the same reason why technically this block is alive, even though we had cut it off, because these 3 stones are dead. These 4 stones are dead. Right, so this 51 is definitely dead. These 3 are definitely dead because we had already seen what would happen, right? It would do this. So there's literally no point to that. Yes, okay. Oh, are you analyzing? No, you're only analyzing, you're not. Okay. What am I thinking? Right, so I was saying that yes, these 3 are dead. And so that's why even though we had played this and cut off this bunch, right, this bunch from the rest of the group, it was still it is considered alive because these are certainly dead. Does that make sense? Yes. Why did I play in this position? You mean 77 and then into here? Well, for exactly for that reason, is that this position here and down here isn't completely safe, right? If white had a stone here, and white didn't even need. If white had a stone here, it would make a lot less sense for us to play anything in here because there is no place to attack, right? In Go, the weakest the weaker links between 2 stones is when they are diagonal, right? Because remember, when they're diagonal, they're not strictly speaking linked together. So when they're not linked together, that means you have ways of cutting them apart, like 82, 84, 83, and 85, right? So these two groups are strictly speaking cut off. But if you look in a grand scheme of things, then this group is cut off from this group, right? So that's, yeah, exactly. Let's do that. Is it white's turn now? Let's say white now plays here, right? Oh, actually, let me turn on the engine. Remember when we had just done the tests just now? It was essentially this position. This changed. This has definitely changed. That's interesting. So what here? That's interesting, isn't it? Look at that. That is fascinating. Sorry. I ever since I was young, ever since I was, you know, like, I don't even know, young lad. I've always had a fascination with watching essentially AI versus AI games. It's been absolutely, it's one of those most fascinating things. Also note that this position is not exactly the same as before anymore. This one is. No, it's not. That's interesting, right? Why? Well, it's not the same anymore because the engine, look at it. It's had time to do 20,000 plays based on this starting point. It has time to do 18,000 plays based on this starting point. Yeah, exactly. And so if we look at this one, it's had 15, 17. It's playing this point over and over again because it just makes so much more sense than any other point. And that's how the AI works. That's how the neural network works, right? So let's see, what does this recommend? Nice. So this seems to have been accepted as the default best move, yes. No, this isn't a stall for time. We're now analyzing, or I'm analyzing the game, and you lot are just like making fun of me in the background. So, I think it's fair, right? Like we have a very fair exchange here. I talk about stuff that you're not interested in, and you make fun of me for doing so. I think that's perfectly fair. Oh, 1 second. I need to take a quick call. Okay, well, that was a reminder that I have another meeting in like a minute. So, someone decided to book themselves in when they weren't supposed to. So, yes, well, thank you very much for watching. No, I don't actually. No, I don't think that person is a classmate. No. Okay. So yeah. So we do have to actually end this now, unfortunately. So thank you very much for watching. You know, in conclusion, download Firefox. Please don't do Chrome. All of that good stuff. And once again, I have wasted how long of your time today? I have wasted 41 minutes of your time today. Thank you very much. No. We'll talk about this on the Discord after. Bye. Bye.